the Akademiks show. This is going to be our review of the DJ Akademiks live show in Toronto, Ontario on Carabana weekend. So, Ayo, what did you think of the Ak show? Just overall review.
I honestly didn't know what to expect. I was kind of half expecting him to pod before going.
What, be live or on stream or something?
Yeah, like kind of like what he does on stream, but just like in front of a live audience.
I was expecting more of that too.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I was expecting more of that.
Yeah.
But that is interesting. But when we were in line, something that that came to mind is like, what kind of people do we expect to come to an academic show in Toronto?
Right.
Like, what do you think the crowd's going to be like? Is it going to be like a bunch of nerds? Is it going to be a bunch of gangsters? Is it going to be a bunch of, like, I didn't expect a lot of women to be there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it was interesting to see the demographic that someone like Akademiks who, like, these are the people in the comment section in real life. You know what I'm saying?
Chat niggas.
Yeah. To see who would come to an academic show. So the first people that stood out to me when we were in line is we seen the We Love Hip Hop podcast. Shout out to the We Love Hip Hop podcast. Friday, Ricky Dredd.
Okay.
Who is he with? Icy Spring, is that his name?
I don't really know.
Yeah, so we was in line, and then we seen the We Love Hip Hop podcast, Toronto. They were doing like some vlogging videos and everything. We got our little shout out, made our little connections. You know what I'm saying? Business networking. So yeah, shout out to them. But then we were looking at the line, and we're just like, yo, I don't expect to see a lot of bitches because it's Akademiks. I feel like that's not a high female demographic. And I was like, am I going to see a bunch of nerds? But yeah. We got in. We got into the show. I would say my overall view of the show, I had a good time.
Okay.
I enjoyed the night. I did a lot of networking, met a lot of other creators and everything.
Yep.
So like I feel like the networking aspect of it was a great night. You know what I'm saying? I feel like overall I had a good time. There was a lot of interaction. The way that we were able to, like, while Ak was on stage, we were able to like
shout out shit.
Yeah. Like it felt like the live comment section, like like the live chat.
Yeah.
You know, because we were able to scream out shit and he was replying and everything too. Picking and choosing what he would reply to, but it felt like you were a part of the show, and that's what I felt like is the best part of a live podcasting experience, because I'm thinking we might have to do this shit one day. We might have to be live podcasting, but it wasn't necessarily a live podcast. It was just actually like a show.
Stand up.
Okay.
Essentially.
It did feel like a stand-up.
Yeah, that's what it also kind of
Ak's vibe, the way he attacked it was definitely like a stand-up. Yeah, so do you have any critiques, anything that you felt like could have been better about the show?
I feel like because it kind of felt like a stand-up, I feel like he didn't go full, like he wasn't fully committed into it. You know what I mean? Like if he was going to go the stand-up route, I feel like he should have had some like, what are they called? Like sets or like what the guys.
Off the top,
it was mostly just crowd work.
That, though.
Okay.
It was a lot of crowd work. I just wanted to see more of Akademiks. A lot of times he was standing up, but if he was to sit down and go over topics like he does on stream, that's something that I think that what we would have more expected for, like, if they were using the screen or something like that and treated it like a desktop stream, but live. You know what I'm saying? I think that people would have appreciated that. My number one critique, though, about the whole show is not a big deal, because honestly, whether this critique is valid or not, it was just my experience. I do feel like there needs to be some sort of host or something before Ak comes out, because it was literally like the show started at 6 or whatever, but like Ak didn't come out to like maybe 9, 8:39. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what was happening for the whole 3 hours?
We didn't get in the show until 7:30 ish. Yeah. So around there, but then we were just sitting down listening to Drake the whole time.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and like people aren't there to be social with people who you didn't come with. It wasn't that type of event where everyone was just talking to each other. It was like,
because it's a seated event.
It's a seated event. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like in that time, they should have had some sort of host, some sort of something that's more crowd engaging to just keep us a little bit more active. Because I was kind of just like, okay, where's Ak? You know what I'm saying? Like, but we're just here talking to each other, fucking like, having podcasting in real life.
Arguing.
So that's my biggest critique, is just like have like a little host or something. I would have liked to see Ak there more. But the performances. What did you think about the performances? Because there was artists that came out.
Yeah. So I thought about it more, and
me too. I changed my opinion from last night.
I thought about it more, and I'm just like, okay, so like, what was the agreement when it comes to like, was it just like, you know what, I'm having a show. If you want to do anything, just go ahead.
It felt like he had openers, as if like when you're opening for a huge artist that comes to the city and they have openers. Yeah. It felt like so the first opener guy. What did let's compartmentalize it. The first opener artist. I forgot his name.
Okay,
shit, that sucks. Shout out to him.
I have his video, by the way.
Okay, so we didn't title it, but he was actually good. I actually think he was good. He was a good performer. I didn't know any of his music, but if I had to just judge it off of that night, it was good. But I didn't say that I necessarily cared for it in the moment because I didn't know who the fuck he was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know where he's from, nothing. But he was a good performer with good music.
My question to you is that would you have rathered someone like that be like on the stage before Act showed up? Yes. Instead of after the way that they did it? Okay.
Yes.
So that's what, okay.
Because like the way it was, he was coming, like Act would come out, like kind of like say some shit to the crowd, and then like intermission would be someone performing. So the guy who came up and performed first, shout out to him, he was a great artist, you know. But at the same time, I felt like that took away from the momentum. If he was an opener before Act came on, that would have been better. Secondly, the second guest was K Money and Casper.
Wow.
Yes.
So the one that performed, there was another artist, he didn't perform because he was like, oh, I'm not getting paid for this shit.
Okay, that's the last guy. I was going to get to him.
Okay.
So K Money and Casper came on.
Okay.
And like, fuck, we might have to clip this. Yeah. But like, yo, if K Money wants to dedicate his life to being a rapper, he needs to learn how to perform on stage. That is one of the worst performances I've ever seen in my life.
Damn. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking like, is that because of the circumstances of the event, in the fact that it's not actually like a show?
Fam, they performed Come Outside and The Market. These are some of the biggest songs in Toronto history. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These are very big established artists.
Yeah.
They have documentaries on fucking all over YouTube and shit like that. I feel like with your stature, the artists who I didn't know performed 10 times better than y'all. Both of y'all. Casper was a little bit more tolerable because he wasn't just actually like not paying attention to the crowd. Or not like, bro, one of the first things that I learned as a performer for my first opening show was how to hold a mic and how to rap into a mic. Why is it
cupping the mic?
The cupping, and then sometimes the mic's not even at the mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like I get like the whole hype and crowd shit, but there's an art to performing and finding a mix, and I feel like that wasn't there. I'm still happy that they came out because like The Market is a huge song right now, and it was like I was happy seeing them come out, but then when I seen them perform, I'm just like, damn. Whack, ass. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Mid, skip.
Yeah, exactly. But
fun.
you know, shout out to them. I like the moves that they're making, but I feel like if they go to America, or I don't know if they can with their rap sheet, but for their growth, they need to get better at that aspect, because if that was someone's first time being introduced to them, they wouldn't know that those are the biggest artists in Toronto.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, there's that. And then the third guest was Sean Leone.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, so
that's hard.
You know him through Kanye, right?
Well, I just know
Justin Bieber and Peaches.
I just knew of Sean Leon because of Sean Leon, and then like later on, I found out that he was like, because I knew he was from Toronto, but then I found out that he helps write with Ye, and I was like, oh, okay.
I'm gonna keep it real. He had points where I was kind of inspired in what he was saying, because I'm like, oh, once he started saying a couple of his accomplishments, I'm like, oh, he's a guy. I'm like, I'm like, I don't know who he is, but he sounds like he's a guy by the way he's coming up talking to us. He didn't perform because like, okay, first of all, if you're not going to perform because you didn't get paid to perform, do not say that on the stage. Because he was on the stage saying shit like, yeah, I don't even know what to say. Didn't expect to be here. Didn't know what audience to say. But like, yeah, if you can make it from Toronto, you can make it anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Because it's really hard to make it out of Toronto. Okay. And I felt like he could have packaged his inspiration better. If he was going to give a motivational speech to us, he could have packaged it better. He could have introduced himself and his accolades better. And I feel like even Ack was looking like, what the fuck is this nigga doing?
Yeah, because I wonder if it was like maybe it was like a management like
that's what I was about to say.
Where it's like it was like so last minute.
It didn't seem, knowing Ack, it didn't seem like that was his like, yeah, we should have Sean Leon come here.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It didn't seem like that was Ack's recommendation. Yeah. And Sean Leon just seems like he was grateful for it because like he knows Ack, but it didn't seem like he respected Ack's audience. And and it also felt like, if you are somebody who we should aspire to be like from Toronto, I feel like you need to do a little bit more to make that known to the people who don't know. And then also when you're giving your motivational speech, sound a little bit more like you want to be there.
You know what? I could also probably think that like when it got brought up to him, he was kind of already on the fence about it, because it was like, damn, like I'm not getting paid for this, and like, you guys want me to do this. You're telling me last minute. Now I got to go out there and actually say something because blah, 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 this and that. So, yeah, I could feel like he probably had to say it, but he had to say it with like a grain of salt.
But in my opinion, though, that's not good because look at me, somebody who didn't know you, who if I heard your accolades, I would have took the time to get to know you.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? After seeing you, but you put a bad taste in my mouth where you made me feel like, okay, he's just a nigga who's like, you don't actually care about the scene because if you did, you wouldn't have a problem giving game for free.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be like you don't have to perform because we don't know your song, so it doesn't really matter.
Right.
But at the same time, if you're gonna give your advice, I would like for it to be paladed a little bit better. But shout out to him. I'm not dissing him in any way. You know, I'm not trying to do that. But at the same time, I do feel like that did rub me not the wrong best way. Not the best way.
I feel that.
So overall, like I did take notes. I forgot I took notes. I was taking notes during the show about shit I wanted to critique.
I actually went to a Sean Leon. What do you want to? What should I even call it? It was almost like it was kind of like a pre-album release.
Okay.
It was like a pre-album release kind of listening party type shit, and the theme of it was so cool because it was like he did it as like a black sheep type of shit.
Okay.
But it was like everyone has to wear black, and then he showed up in all white. And like there was no lights. Like it was mad interesting, and then like he literally just performed in the middle of the crowd.
Shout out to him. Maybe I would have been interested in you if you were more like acted like you wanted to be there. Like we came for acts, so like you're acting like you don't even want to be there. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
can we show some video?
Yeah.
You have your notes you wanted to go through? No.
Yeah.
I was.
So if you wanted to see the K Money perform, wait, actually, because it would be copyright.
No,
right?
It wouldn't be copyright, but I don't feel like we need to show the performance.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But yeah, we could show the video.
Which one?
Oh, okay. This goes into what I'm saying. So scroll down.
Okay.
There should be one that I named that said something about the twerking.
Twerking?
Yeah, refresh.
I like to see some Bati, even though I saw a lot of Bati today.
Was there a twerking one there? Okay, twerk vid.
Twerk vid.
All right, so
Bomba Clark.
If Akademiks he probably won't see this, but if he ever does see this, nigga, you need to stop with the finishing word shit. Finishing the Drake songs. He had this thing where he was giving away money, and you get money if you finish the Drake song on stage. Every single nigga butchered it.
Wow.
Every single nigga butchered it.
Facts.
But first of all, there's a certain type of nigga that you're attracting to go on stage. You could tell like at the top, there were the cool people who could afford the VIP, you know what I'm saying? At the bottom, it was the common folk and shit like that. You could tell the bad bitches who just were invited by the niggas with money. They were at the top, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, the people who were coming up to finish the lyrics, they were all cringe. They were all like, you know, none of them did right, to the point where he said like, fuck it, let's just get a bitch to come up here and twerk. I'm gonna throw money, you know what I'm saying? So click that vid and go to 1 minute.
Okay. Oh, 1 minute? Okay. Hold on, let me get a full thing. Go to 1 bomba clock minute.
Yeah, I think he needs to stop that because honestly, as a nigga, like I would have wanted the money too. I'm not gonna lie, but I didn't respect like going up on stage to finish a Drake lyric in front of a crowd of people. Like, nah, that feels gay, nigga. I'm not gonna lie. It felt a little like, you know.
This is him?
He looks slim. I'm not gonna lie. In real life,
MAGA.
In real life, I'm not gonna lie. The Akazempic, the Akazempic fucking accusations. I don't know, bro. But whatever you're doing, you're looking good, brother. You know what I'm saying?
All right, let's see some twerking.
I would have rather more like this.
Okay, let's see some Bati shake.
And also, what he did is okay. Let's pay attention.
Hey. Okay.
Okay.
Yaman. Okay, cameraman.
Okay, cameraman. Okay, do it. Okay, cameraman.
Did I split?
Okay. She had mad body. I'm not gonna lie. She had mad body.
I was so mad at the fucking. I tried to raise my hands. It wasn't long enough.
On my phone, the video on my phone. I got
damn.
Holy.
Yeah, fam.
Shout out to Shorty. She has cake.
Okay.
Facts.
Yeah, we need that at Caravana.
And you know what? I actually respect Ak for being able to scout out the shorties because you was seeing them like
up top, and he's saying, nah, you come down.
You come down. You know what I mean? The only one that he missed with was the one that had like a man. She had to bring her friend or something. But
coming a little bit.
Yeah.
But overall, I think that it was a great show. I don't think that people should should go up and do the Drake singing lyrics thing. He had a part where the guys had to go spit game to a girl.
So okay,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, the one who did the best gets the money. Yeah, the niggas didn't do that great, but I feel like that is a way better engaging thing to do. Because if you said if you said come on stage to do that, I would have been up there. What do you mean? To Rizza Pating? I'm up there, but I'm not trying to go up stage to fucking sing no Drake song, nigga.
Yeah. The glaze is crazy.
Yeah. I just felt like, I'm not doing that. If it was Tory, maybe. I don't know.
Someone in the chat said, I'm getting harder, guys. Holy fuck.
Jeez.
Honestly, bro.
Said I'm getting harder.
You could have ignored that.
well, we just played a twerk video, so I can't blame Mans for...
Can't blame the man.
You know?
All right, so...
especially if he hasn't seen Bati in a minute.
In conclusion to this Akademiks thing, so at the end, he basically said like, yo, if anybody has any questions... Come on stage and ask. And you know me in common fashion, you think I'm going to pass up that opportunity?
Nope.
Of course not. So click that link right there and
click the bomba clock.
Fast forward to 1 minute in.
1 minute
maybe
in.
105 or some shit.
105.
No. 1 minute. 1 minute.
Nah, 105, nigga. I'm telling you 105, nigga.
Okay.
But here's you walking up.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait, is it your walk, nigga? I'm telling you what I want to see. I looked at this, I'm just like, damn, I need to hit the gym because I thought I was doing good. I was like, I need to do better.
Okay, here we go.
All right, what up, back? What up? Long time fan. So I got a podcast. We started a podcast in December. It's called the Chat2Much podcast. We're based out of Hamilton, Ontario. Okay. I'm just wondering if you have any advice.
Anybody from Hamilton in here?
No Hamiltonians, Steel City.
Damn.
Ayo couldn't even scream the first time.
Damn.
Go ahead. Yeah, so do you have any advice for any upcoming content creators who trying to get their foot in the game? Because, we're creating clips every day, segments every day, dropping a podcast weekly, but what's the best way to grow?
I give you the advice I give to everybody. Of course, consistency is the key. That's the easy answer. Do something nobody else is doing. When I say, yo, who watched the Warren Chirac, and people say, yo, I watched it, it's because I try to do something different. I felt like it was a niche. It didn't feel that big. Pause. Whoa.
Then, bro,
I covered something that not everybody else was covering. If you're doing what everybody else
touched my shoulder. Jokes.
You're not going to gravitate towards you. Okay? It's just figure out what you could do by yourself.
Thanks for the advice. I appreciate that. Tap into the Chat2Much podcast if you have the chance.
You already know. Tap out of that. Why you gotta show me going back to get a business card, nigga?
That's hard. No, that's hard.
I just hate feeling like a fanboy, I'm not gonna lie.
Honestly, bro, there's a lot of niggas that wish that they were able to do that.
What you just did.
You know
Facts, bro.
So, shout out to you, fam.
Yo,
shout
what
out
do you guys think about
courage.
it? Thank you. But what do you guys think about his advice that he gave? I think that was good advice.
Do shit that other people aren't doing. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Because we do the elephant in this room about this podcast is when people ask what it's about, we usually have to tell them it's about everything, which is not really the greatest sell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I try and the best thing that I guess the way that I describe it to people is that stuff that shows up across your timeline that is generally trending news, we'll generally cover it. Other than that, it's usually going to be stuff that's almost hip hop based, because it is a lot of urban quote unquote stuff that we talk about, just Paul Pierce stuff, and then but
if somebody said I had a dating podcast about relationships, it's easier for someone to be oh, I'm gonna tap into that because that's what I'm interested in. So it is harder to sell when it's so broad, you know. I think that we're doing good, but at the same time, trying to find a niche that we could carve out into may benefit us. There's something that I'm gonna talk to you about off camera that I did talk to Ayo about, a little bit more ideas around content creation, but we're gonna figure it out. We're three niggas with mics right now. We're three niggas with mics and eventually
and a brick wall.
Yeah, we're gonna carve out our lane. I feel like this is kind of important at this point.
Mad important.
Yeah, so you guys ready to start the show?
Start the show.